The ex-boyfriend who'd told me only days ago that everyone in his life was just a passerby, Amiri Jordan. The four of us stood there, locked in an awkward stalemate. Amiri and I gawked in shock. The girl, however, had her gaze glued to Marcellus. Her eyes were searching, calculating. She was ready to switch sides in a heartbeat. Beauty is a hell of a weapon. I snapped out of my daze and glanced up at Marcellus. Thankfully, he didn't seem the least bit fazed by her fresh-faced youth. His expression was stone cold, his emotions locked behind a steel door. The silence dragged on, heavy and suffocating. Marcellus broke it first. He moved, his arms sweeping around me, to pull me firmly against his chest. A low, mocking chuckle rumbled in his throat. "Everyone's already got a date. The setup is off. We're heading home to report to the family. Sound good?" He started steering me toward the exit, his grip firm and proprietary against my waist. But the girl bolted up. Big problem. Marcellus froze mid-turn. He glanced back, his voice flat and edged with ice. "Speak!" She tossed Amiri aside like yesterday's trash and sashayed over, tilting her head to size Marcellus up. Changed my mind. He didn't offer a response. His brow just creased. I eyed the girl from head to toe. Youth hits different. Her dress was skimpy. Her skin glowed with that tight, youthful radiance, and her eyes were full of fire and entitlement. Standing next to her, I felt small. Young girls have that spark. Me? I had stable professional vibes. No youth, no heat, just reliable. She jutted her chin at him, blunt as a knife. "You're a catch. Let's keep this blind date going." Marcellus cracked a smirk. "Keep going?" His eyes flicked to her lips. "Wipe the drool first." She blinked, then frantically swiped at her mouth. It wasn't hers. It was Amiri's, still dribbling down the idiot's chin at the table. Marcellus slung his arm looser over my shoulder, scanning her, then Amiri. "Your boyfriend is right there. What's the point of this?" She crossed her arms, unimpressed. "Not my boyfriend." His brow arched. She kept going. "Just a hookup." Tsk. My tongue clicked against my teeth. Kids these days played that loose? Marcellus shook his head and guided me toward the exit. He threw one last jab over his shoulder, 3 words flat. Psycho, really. Behind us, she muttered something vicious. Amiri snapped back. A full-on spat began to brew. Once we were out of the country club, his arm stayed locked around me, an iron grip. I shoved him, but it was like hitting a brick wall. Done groping? Nope. His grin widened, and his arms cinched tighter. Our eyes locked. My pulse spiked. I shoved again, trying to play it cool. He was too strong. My hand hit his chest, only to be trapped in his fist. "Cut it out, Mackenzie. Fun over?" I thought it was a joke. Then he pivoted, his expression shifting into something raw and sharp. "Fun's done. Be mine." I froze solid. I looked up at him, my brain struggling to catch up. "What did you say?" His palm landed on my head, ruffling my hair with a soft laugh. That face deadly gorgeous, regardless of the mood. "Let's be together." The words died in my throat. His hand drifted down, warm against my neck, grazing the nape before settling firmly against my throat. He leaned in, his gaze drilling into mine. "Yeah?" I was thrown, so I went full stubborn. "Nah." I whipped my head away, eyes fixed anywhere but on him. 2 beats of silence. He dipped lower, his fingers gripping my chin to force my gaze back up. "You're rejecting me? Look me dead in the eyes. Say you feel nothing." My head pulled back. but our eyes clashed. I could see my own reflection in his dark depths. Rejection choked me, mostly because it was a lie. The truth was, I felt it. Everything. We held the silence for an eternity. Then he whispered, and my gaze dipped, catching the rhythmic bob of his throat. Mackenzie. You know guys can't help but stare at the woman they want? I shook my head, feigning ignorance. Boom. He crashed his lips onto mine. No warning. 'Cause I can't stop at just kissing her. Warm, soft. He smelt like that cologne I'd almost forgotten. The club doors were behind us. The city street bustled ahead. My heart hammered against my ribs. My fists bunched his shirt. Push him away? Yeah, right. I had zero strength left. He teased the kiss, tasting me, then pulled back slowly. Just before we fully broke apart, a gasp sounded from behind us. Marcellus? Mackenzie? You two? We whirled around. Celeste stood there in her floral dress, jaw dropped, eyes bugging out.